Hello everybody! Today I have some recent vintage pickups I wanted to go through, and I have a nice little stack here, and I thought about just doing them all together, but then there's really one card I wanted to just pick out and highlight, so I'll be doing the rest in a separate video probably within a few days. When I first decided to get back into vintage, I made a list of sort of iconic sets or cards from sets that I always wanted, and I've been sort of chipping away at that, and meanwhile of course I've added many cards to it. So this card is from that initial list I made. It's a 1941 play ball, and before I show you the card, does anybody remember this?
It was Tuesday, May 2nd, 1939. Now, he got shelled. Not in the lineup that day, for the first time in a very long time. 2,130 games was Lou Gehrig. So, his MLB debut, Hutch's MLB debut, was the day that Gehrig first took a seat and ended the streak. So I want you to remember that date and remember this conversation for a future vintage video. Okay, May 21st, 1939. It's going to come up again. It's going to come up again.
Okay, I don't blame you if you don't remember that, because it was a while ago. But here's the Hutchinson. There it is. And what is the significance of that date that I asked you to remember? We all love our baseball trivia, and who did Lou Gehrig take over for to start his streak is very common. Wally Pipp. You don't want to be Wally Pipped. You don't want to take a day off because somebody might take your job for 2,130 consecutive days. Eventually, Lou Gehrig on that day had to take a break. In his place was this guy, Babe Dahlgren, and I hope the glare isn't too bad. Let's back it up a little. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. But there's my 1941 play ball, Babe Dahlgren. And obviously I had this specific card on my list for quite a while to be able to forecast its acquisition. When was another video? In June. So happy to finally add this. I've had my eye on many different copies, but nothing was at the right price point and the right style for me. And this finally came up in open auction, and it was just the right card at the right time. And I had the money, pulled the trigger, and very happy to get that. One more look. Babe Dahlgren. And incidentally, when I was in college, I made friends with a guy named Eric Buckner. And I said to Buckner, I always wished I had a last name of a major leaguer, because I would then like super collect that person. I'd just get all his cards. And that's the first time I heard Babe Dahlgren's name, because Eric Buckner was a huge baseball super nerd. I mean, he would put anybody I know to shame, and I'll stand by that. But he said, well, there was a Babe Dahlgren, spelled just like your name, but with the D. I put this back in the sure fit, but he said, there's a Babe Dahlgren, so other than the first letter, you have a namesake, sort of. And it's the closest I'll ever get. Wahlgrens are Scandinavian, and there's not a lot of Major League ball players coming out of Norway and Sweden. So I got the Babe Dahlgren. I got a nice 41 play ball, and that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Until next time, remember, we don't count subscribers, we count friends.